October's inflation print showing prices remain sticky year over year, CPI rising 2.6%. So how could this impact the Fed's next decision? Our very own Jennifer Schonberger is here in studio with us with more on this. Good to see you, Jennifer.
Great to see you guys. Great to be with you in studio. So this report keeping the Fed on track for another 25 basis point rate cut in December. Things looking good, coming in line on a monthly and core basis. That core number year over year holding at 3.3%, the same as the month prior. Of course, core inflation has remained stubbornly elevated due to higher costs for shelter. Shelter looking at that holding around the same level as in September, though core services looking a little bit better. And if you look at the Fed funds futures this morning, they are jumping on the report a bit, now pricing in a 72% chance of a cut in December. Tuesday, I sat down with Minneapolis Fed President Neel Kashkari and asked him what it would take to not cut in December. He said it would be an upside surprise to inflation. Take a listen.
If we saw inflation surprises to the upside between now and then, that might give us pause. If the labor market, it'd be hard to imagine the labor market really heats up between now and December. There's just not that much time. I think there'd have to be a surprise on the inflation front to change the outlook so dramatically.
And Kashkari also telling me that he thinks that housing is really the elephant in the room that has been keeping inflation elevated, though he does expect that to come down in time. Of course, guys, we're going to get a lot more data between now and the December meeting, but for now, it looks like they are on track for another 25 basis point cut.
Jen, you had a great conversation with Neel Kashkari yesterday, and it was interesting to me what he had to say just in terms of his insight on the fact that he seemed to be confident that we will see further improvement on inflation. We're not necessarily stuck at the levels that we have seen here.
Yeah, and he's also very confident about, or I should say confident, not very confident, about economic growth continuing to remain strong going into next year. Obviously, there's some uncertainty with President-elect Donald Trump's policies and what that could mean in terms of the impact on the economy and inflation. But tariffs could maybe just be a one-time reset in prices. They may not necessarily be inflationary, is what he told me. So looking good from here for now.
All right, when we talk about those people coming from far and wide and thanking them for coming to invest, Neel Kashkari, one of them, hopping on a flight, making the trip, and having a great conversation with our very own.
We so appreciate him coming on.
Absolutely.